Hello, Leo. Welcome to your February 1st through 15th love reading. I am Princess India if we have not met. If you're an old subscriber, hello, hey, how you doing, and whatnot, or whatever. So anywho, below this video in the description box, you'll find everything you need to know, including signing up for the pre-registration for the Reiki 1 certification, as well as getting on the waiting list for personal readings. Because I'm integrating my POS system into the site. So as soon as that's done, everyone that's on the waiting list will be able to go in and book the day that you want your reading. And after that, I'll be shutting down the waiting list, and you won't be able to get a reading until everyone on the waiting list is complete, because that's when I'm going to open it up to the general public. So if you want to get a reading with me, holla at your girl, But it's gigolo time, Love Day on the 14th, and I got you a Valentine's Day card, So I'm going to read it to you. Leo, roar, 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 roar. That's not what it says. I'm truly fortunate to have you in my life, Leo. And I don't need a cookie to tell me that. But I'll take one anyway. I love a cookie. Love always. Your favorite Torian, Princess India. Happy Valentine's Day, Leo. So, we are going to look at you as well as your cross watcher. So we're going to get an overall energy from the Romance Angels. Did I say the Romance Angels? I meant to say the Whispers of Love. That's interesting. I don't know. Was that a sign that I was supposed to use the Romance Angels? We'll clarify with the Romance Angels. That's really weird. Never done that before. But anyway, so we're going to get an overall energy for you as well as your cross watcher, and then we're going to see the energies going on between you guys with the tarot of sexual magic. Yes. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for Leos for February 1st through the 15th. Please, Spirit, anything they need to know. Anything of utmost importance, anything that's causing them confusion or that they need clarity on, I ask you to give me the ability to offer them clear and direct guidance, please, Spirit. And I thank you in advance, because I know you're good for it, Spirit. You know what I'm saying. First card for Leo, second for the cross watcher. Leo. Leo. Oh, Leo. Leo. Leon. I'm being so extra. Whoa, okay. And every time I'm extra, my cards fall out of my hand. Rest and relaxation is essential. We are all fundamental... What? We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. Acting like I can see. Card number is 42. Interesting. It's a need for balance, Leo. Your body needs to be recharged, Schnookums. Are you going hard in the paint? Second card is for the cross watcher. Whoa. Cross watcher number 7. It's 25. Romance. Lavish the one you love with your personal attention and affection. That's interesting. I don't know why it feels like for me, that's funny that it's 6 and 7. That's interesting. I don't know. I feel like with Leo, it's almost like preparation. Like preparation for somebody that may be coming in. So that you're not tuckered out. I'm literally going back and forth in my head, wondering if I want to use this. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and do it. This is a little too close to I got on my booty shorts, y'all. I can't be having y'all like all up in my, looking at the legs and things. Okay, I'm just making sure y'all. Trying to keep this PG. Everyone in the Twins R Us group knows what the problem is around here. What else can you tell me for an overall energy for Leo Spirit, since I said romance angels and did not have the romance angels in my hand? Hi, Leo. Whoa. Okay, then. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe you have been going hard in the paint. Trying to make this shmoney. Whoa. Cross Watcher. Forgiveness and learning and new love. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. That's interesting. Guess it was meant for me to pick from this. Huh. Well, isn't that something? So I feel like, yeah, but I mean, there's been a lot of that going on with all of the signs, though, like with, everybody trying to get their life together and stuff like that. And I feel like Leo's been going extra, extra hard, and there's a need to take a little break because, I don't know, this may be like a chance encounter type of thing, and you don't want to either be too tired and miss the opportunity or, be so fixated on things of the sort that you may not want to deal with the person or something. It's like, I ain't got time for them, trying to get my money right. So first card we have for Leo is the Strength card. How appropriate. Then we have the Temperance. Then we have the Page of Cups. This is interesting. This is funny. All right. So, it's exactly what I'm saying. With Leos, I don't know what it is you're working on. I mean, I would assume that it may be coming to a place of balance, but there's a need to slow down. And I think you feel this, like how it's saying rest and relaxation is essential. It's almost like you're in conflict with yourself because it's something that you're trying to work towards, but it's almost like you're pushing your body to its limits. And I feel like your body is saying like, yo, you need to chill out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a need to come to balance within yourself, right? But it's almost like, I don't know, I get this vibe like you're, it's almost like working against time. You know what I'm saying? Like almost as if a person feels like their time is running out, right? Like you got a deadline or something. But I don't really feel that there's necessarily a deadline. It's almost like how can I put it? It's almost like it's a fear. Like a fear that I'm going to lose something or miss out on something. So it's like I got to put all my time, energy, and effort in it right now in order to get there. But the thing is like it's at the cost of like yourself or your health, right? But I don't really feel, I don't know, it's almost like you feel like there's a deadline or that, I don't know, like something is in danger or you may lose something, but I don't really feel like that's real per se. And not saying it like in a hallucination kind of way. It's just that, like, what's for you is for you. And, whether you work at a regular pace, you work slow or you work fast, it's like what's yours is yours. You know what I'm saying? And and then it's like there's this element of oh, the Ace of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This is gonna sound weird, but it's almost like, to me, it seems like I'm fixing myself for somebody, right? So like I'm trying to get myself together is what the thing is. So I'm trying to see how to put this. It's almost like wanting to make an offer to someone. Like, my intentions are to make an offer to someone, but I feel like I need to have stuff in place before I do this, right? And everything needs to be perfect and on point before I do this, but it's not coming out right. And it's like, until you get it right, the offer can't be made. And I feel like that goes both ways. So whether that's, if it's a Leo person who wants to, like, you know, make an offer of commitment to someone, they feel like they need to get their job title, career, they need to get money, they need to have some savings stacked up on the side, they need to go to the gym, they need to, you know, like they're trying to go through like a mini makeover on some stuff before they make an offer to this person, right? But the thing is I feel like there's some frustration here because there's the pressure to get it together to make an offer, or on the other side, it would be a person who is getting themselves together to be with someone or in hopes that someone would make them an offer. So to make it less confusing, if I just use like men and women. So there's if there's a Leo guy that's interested in a woman, and he feels like he needs to get his shiznit together before he comes to her. So he's working on overdrive to try to get his stuff together. And this is kind of reminding me of what I said last night with somebody. And where I was saying that, you know, healing and progress isn't linear. You know what I'm saying? Like, ideally, I think we all wish I could just be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get my life together. So first it's like, bam, go to the gym, lose my weight, bam, get a good job, got my money. You know, I want to go buy a house. Bam, you know, we're closing today, you know. Ideally, we would want it to be linear, but, you know, life has a tendency to have twists, turns, spirals, ups, downs, and things of the sort. So it's not that easy. So it's almost feeling as if you need to be something other than what you are in order to make an offer to this person or for this person to want you. So at the root of this, the thing I'm seeing is it's feeling like you're not good enough for this person. I don't necessarily feel that that's true. I feel like this is just like a perception. You know what I'm saying? And that's where like that feeling of like I'm putting so much pressure on myself is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because instead of letting it be, you know, like a journey and a process, it's almost like trying to rush the journey almost. That's interesting. And I mean, this could also be after, I can also see this is like after a breakup too. It's like after breaking up, after coming out of a breakup, it's like trying to get my life together. Like I'm trying to get to a state of balance and get everything under control, you know? But I feel like that would be like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a divergent, do I want to say that? It's almost like trying not to, like an escape almost. It's like focusing on your finances, your career, getting your life together and stuff like that, and working on overdrive as an escape from thinking about this person or this relationship, that a person you left behind or a relationship that didn't work out as you had hoped. And see, clarifying the Temperance is a 9 of Wands. I feel like for those of you who are trying to, you know, work on overdrive before you make an offer to this person, I don't really feel like they care one way or the other. I feel like they would accept you exactly as you are. And that's why I say I don't really feel like this is a thing. I feel like this is kind of a burden you're putting on yourself, though. And it's almost like fearing that while you're trying to get it together, that somebody, yeah, we got the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's like, this is interesting. Your fear is that while you're doing all of this, somebody else is going to end up like scooping them up. But what it's looking like to me is if you made an offer to the person now that was genuine and honest, of like saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm working on some stuff, they really wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? They would accept you because it looks like the person cares about you. But it's almost like torturing yourself in a sense because you're afraid that somebody else is going to end up with this person because you're not coming forward. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what you're afraid of. And then clarifying the page of Cups is the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. That's very interesting. And this may be a Capricorn person. Or it could be a Taurus. That's crazy, man. And I'm also seeing this another way too. For some Leo people, even if you're going hard in the paint, like focusing on stuff, you want to be cognizant of like somebody from your past coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's like and this is unrelated to the other scenarios, but it's like you're in a place in your life right now where you're trying to get your life together, right? And this person sees you're trying to get your life together. And this person from your past would come back, you know what I'm saying? All downtrodden, sad, and decrepit. I miss you, love you, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like a part of you is going to sense, because I feel like they've been watching you. Like they've been watching you on your little come up, right? And it's like with them, it's kind of like, that's kind of redonkulous, kind of lame, honestly. Because I feel like y'all are going to meet, y'all have either met somebody else, if with the people who have exes, right? Y'all are working on yourselves, but you do need to take a little break and rest yourself. But it's a desire, so it is kind of connecting with the other one. It's a desire to be in the right type of relationship, right? But you do need to take care of yourself in the process. But there's a person from your past who's been watching you, right? And they're on the same old bullshit. I'm just going to tell you now. So whatever your ex is, the bullshit that they've been on, they still on that same bullshit. So they're going to come all sad and I miss you, blah, 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 blah. And it's really because they don't want to see you happy. You know what I'm saying? So their goal, more or less, so this is just kind of like, who else got a warning? Was that Capricorn that got a warning? I think that was Capricorn. So yeah, just be cognizant of this. It's somebody and it could be male or female. They're watching and it's like they don't want to see you happy on some stuff. And it could be an Aquarius too. But they don't want to see you happy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're trying to plot to find the right way to get back into your space. But the only thing that they want to try to do is throw you off track by trying to get your booty. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand. Well, I mean, I do understand. I know exactly what that is. Like, we'll talk about that another day. But I don't know. It's the oxytocin, I say, you know. Because when you have sex with someone, you know, oxytocin, the whole cuddle hormone and all that good stuff. So it's like when you spend time away from a person and you're not having sex with them, it's like you slowly start to detach from the person. And it kind of makes it easier to get over someone. But if you're still having sex with the person, it's kind of harder just because of that whole bonding hormone. But the thing is that it's almost like they know if y'all sleep together, they can set you back. Like turn the clock back that buys them more time or to just completely upset your happiness. So just be cognizant of that, Leo. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to check people's motives, what you want, what you're here for. What do you want? Okay? We're not about this life. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, on to your cross watcher. I just set these cards just on top of here like any kind of way, huh? All right. So for the cross watcher, we have forgiveness and learning and new love. And then we have romance, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. First card we have is the Four of Chalices. Then we have the Two of Wands. Then we have the Four of Wands. Yay! This is awesome. This is balance. This is nice and foundational and things and whatnot. So the cross watcher wants to make plans with Leo. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a new person that's coming in. So I think their past tense of what they're coming out of is learning their lessons. So I feel like a cycle just closed out for them too. So that's why I would say for y'all, watch out for this little ex person that's kind of coming back. But then I could also say, and this is the only determining factor with this, y'all, I could tell you for sure. I more or less feel that this would be the case if this was like a Leo dude up here, right? And he's trying to get his stuff together to make an offer to someone else, like to a cross watcher, right? So like if the cross watcher is watching this on some stuff, if someone who's not a Leo is watching this for a Leo male, I feel like whether this is somebody that you're just getting to know or dating, or even if this is an ex from your past, and this is specifically for non-abusive, psychotic, narcissistic people, they're not included in this. They're coming to a place of getting their shiznit together. So say if you broke up because dude ain't have no job or he had no plans for the future and you were like, we're not about this life, and y'all broke up. So it's him trying to get his stuff together to make an offer. But the thing that is making him go so hard in the paint and putting so much pressure on himself, working overtime and things of the sort, is like he's afraid that somebody's going to snap you up because he knows that you are what a man wants, right? So he's trying to get it together and is putting like a lot of pressure on himself. And it's like he's almost keeping an eye on you to make sure that you don't meet somebody, and not in a way where he's trying to prevent you from meeting someone. It's like you're not even aware that he's even looking, but it's like he's working hard, and he'll come back and peep from time to time to be like, okay, is she with somebody? Okay, she's still not good. And he goes back to being hard in the paint, right? But I feel like he's kind of tormented by this fear that he could do all of this work, right? And I mean, this is his own choice, because I can't even say that this is the smartest thing to do. Like I said, it's like I feel like if the person were to come back in the state that they're in, the little work that they've done up to this point, I feel like you would be like, oh, well, I wanted you to take some steps in a direction. I didn't want you to, like, you know, build a whole empire first. It's like, I just wanted you to get a damn job and a car and move out your mama house. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to come extra, extra hard. So I feel like it's almost like a sense of torment because he's in fear that he could come back and you would want to have nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, dude, I'm just saying, I wouldn't be mad at you if you didn't want to have nothing to do with him, because that's just foolishness. You know what I'm saying? This is some conditional love type stuff. And not saying that you love them conditionally, but it's a false perception of what love is. It's like, I would even go as far as to infer and say that if a cross watcher is watching this for a Leo dude, it's like, it's the fact that you're cross watching this for the Leo dude. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't even be cross-watching this. You wouldn't care what the hell he was doing. You know what I'm saying? You'd be doing you. But it's this person that's putting so much pressure on themselves for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the person loves you for who you are. But the only reason why, like, the finance and career stuff was an issue was because I can't have you being a liability on me, bruh. Like, I'm not asking you to be perfect. I just wanted you to get a job, a car, and move out your mama house. That's how I'm seeing this for a person who's cross-watching this for Leo, right? But then on the other side of that, there's a person that is putting in work like this. So it's a Leo person who's putting their work in. And it could even be a cross-watcher person that's putting their work in that has one of those dark side Leos that is plotting on you. Don't know why that's coming out like that, but I'm just letting you know, cross-watcher. And so that's two sides of it. It's like there's a light side Leo, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to get their stuff together, and then they got another one who's trying to come in and upset the work that's been done. And that's either or. So that's like a Leo person who is trying to get themselves together, and you have an ex that's coming back that's going to try to do that. Or a cross-watcher person who has a Leo ex and that's people who fall into that toxic narcissistic category. So if you have a Leo ex that was like a jerk, that's what I'm seeing for them. It's not, ideal. But for Leo people, I see that this may be a person who's either a Capricorn or an Aquarius, right? X, toxic, right? And then it could also be that for the person who's trying to get themselves together. That was a lot of scenarios. Don't ask me to repeat that because I can't. I have no idea what just came out of my mouth. But whatever the case may be, if with the positive person, it's like, I feel like there's going to be like a renewal of love, right? If we can forgive ourselves and each other and be able to move forward, because I feel like with this person up here, they would want to make plans for the future. But it's the fear that, again, you may be like, yeah, I'm really not about this life. Because the thing is with them, they want to move forward and build something stable. So, marriage, kids, home, stuff like that. So that's what their intentions are ultimately. So if this is a person from the past that you broke up with because they just didn't have their money right, and there's nothing wrong with that, people. I just want to let you know. It's not superficial to say, like, I need you to have your stuff together. Because it's not saying in a sense of like, I want you to be balling. It's just like, self-worth, love, and respect says that I'm going to be able to take care of myself. Now, that's different if a person fell on hard times. If home dude lost his job because the company shut down, and I've been saying that buku, he got laid off, company shut down, or the government shut down, homeboy, working and not getting no money, and home dude had to move back in with his mama, lost the car, got repossessed and all of that, and you're like, I don't want to deal with you. Now, that's down bad, okay? But if a person just really wasn't doing nothing, you know what I'm saying, and became a liability, you're not required, if you're not married to the person. I mean, that's not your responsibility. It's like, I feel like the level of time, energy, and effort we put into ourselves, you want to be with somebody who matches that, because don't nobody want no leech, a grown person on your payroll. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a valid reason for why. But I'm more or less seeing it something like that. Like if this was like somebody who was, trying to be a rapper or something, and they was just putting buku stuff on SoundCloud and just wasn't doing nothing, and taking you on dates to their mama kitchen and things, something like that, But I'm seeing there could be a renewal in that relationship. But again, that still taps back into that fear that you may not be interested. But I feel like that's more of just a fear. It's not saying that you won't per se. And then if this is a completely new person, like say if, you know, whatever the case may be, whether if it was, you know, the aspiring artist ex or if it was the toxic ex, really leave them in the past, you know. It's like I feel like you have the opportunity to start something new, you know. You have the opportunity to start something new. But I feel like for the cross watcher, it's more or less a need to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be taken advantage of by this person in the past, to go easy on yourself and know that you're already good enough, you know, and you're going to be straight, you know, and that would more specifically be for a Leo person who's just doing the cross watcher, for a Leo person that's just doing personal work. Like y'all both been single for some time, and this would be two new people that are coming into each other's path, which is where this little toxic person would come in. I really hope I'm not confusing y'all, because this is a lot of different scenarios. But if this is a single Leo person that's just focusing on themselves, right? This ex person would be trying to come in to prevent this relationship with the cross watcher from coming together. Because this cross watcher, they've been through something similar in their past, but, you know, they're healed and they're ready to move on. So this person has been single for a while too. So this would be the person that's coming in if you're not interested in an ex at all. It's somebody who wants to make plans for the future, you know. Somebody who wants to have something stable and something committed, you know. But I feel like they may kind of not be your type a little bit. And I think that's where their fear kind of comes in, as being worried if you would be interested in them, because they may not be your usual physical type. Because I feel like you compared to them is, you know, you're like really, really pretty and pizzazzy, and they're just, you know, not that they're not attractive. They're just kind of plain Jane, or is it plain John? Plain Jim? I don't know, whatever it is for dudes. But I think that they look at you as like this superstar, glitz and glammy kind of person, and they're just, you know, some khakis, polo, some loafers, you know. Like a little top from Loft, you know, some little cropped slacks and some loafers, you know, like not too pizzazzy. And I think they may be a little concerned that, you know, you might think that they're boring, you know, because you seem like very lively, Leo, and the cross watcher may think like they want to build a future with you, but they just are afraid that you may think that they're boring, you know. But I don't really think that that's going to be an issue for you either. But if this is a Leo who's been single, or a cross watcher that's interested in a Leo that's been single, on both of your sides, I say this person in the middle, just be cognizant of that ex if they come back with, you know, same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for all that up in here. I'm just saying. So we're going to throw the dice of resonance. I hope that made sense, y'all. Let me know in the comments if it does. But the dice of resonance, we have 12 zodiac signs and 2 clarifying die that lets you know whether it's the person's sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or whatever. And then, what else does it do? It tells you what role the person plays in your life. And then you have the, you would think I would know this by now. You have the option to ask a yes or no question. So if you want to ask a yes or no question, go ahead and pause me now. And we're going to toss them out. I don't interpret these. I just toss them out however it resonates. It resonates. So we have Aries. We have Aquarius. We have yes in a few weeks. We have moon and bay lover partner. So this person could be an Aries moon or an Aquarius moon, or they could just be an Aquarius or an Aries. Heck, I don't know. Are you going to meet them when the moon is in Aquarius? I don't know. But yes, in the next few weeks, and bay lover partner. So Leo, that has been your February 1st through the 15th love reading. I love your freaking face, and I will see you sooner than later. Deuces.